Okay. Good morning from Thailand again. Excuse my gruff voice and the crow chirping away in the background. I thought I'd follow up on yesterday's vlog about my latest hobby with tillandsias, using all these long deceased snail shells, right, which invade the rice fields, damage the roots and cause havoc. The farmers will come along, any that are there, they will simply collect them, put them on hot coals, eat the contents and throw the shells away, as farmers do, because they're very resourceful people here. But anyway, I went out yesterday and this is what I was able to conjure up in my favourite little haunt, which is actually an abandoned sort of a spa resort complex just outside our property. But anyway, the other bonus was, this is what I'm really after. This is an extremely old shell. To give you an idea, look, it's well eroded, right? It's, oh, the dog's moved it. Come on, out the way. And that size is very hard to find. Come on, sit down. Sit down, party pooper. Okay, be a star. So what I thought I'd do was show you what's needed to clean these things up for use. I'll try and find, I did literally ignore the highly as one in extremely recently good condition, right? I ignore these for the time being because the way I'm displaying my plants with old pieces of driftwood, this kind of distressed looking state just blends in perfectly. But I use, very lightly, I'll soak it in the water first, right? And anything that's lurking inside, and already there's dozens of little dead bugs and things in the water. I'll try and see how this camera performs up there. Now, if you can see inside, there's the water still coming out. And what I'll do, I'll use a toothbrush, right, to loosen up the dirt that's accessible. And if needed, if I feel any residue coming off the shell, right, this will need a light wire brushing. A bit like this, you know, because there are flaky pieces of shell that a toothbrush won't remove. I need to remove them because if any are actually sprayed to enhance any effect, i.e. sprayed a silver colour, and it flakes later, it will spoil the spray appearance. But that's all I do, right? It's just as light as that. Then I'll give it another dip on the brush too. And I'll literally get into the crevices, right? Like so. There you go. Incidentally, I'm able to do this mini vlog because everybody's gone out shopping to the local market for the weekend's tucker, and my daughter's gone with them because had she been around, she would have been trying to crash in on the scene. That's a little difficult place. Sometimes I'll need a toothpick to clean these out. But because I'm going to offer these specimens, I'm going to call them specimens, for sale, right, on eBay, to try and eke out some sort of living on my frozen pension in this amazing land called Thailand, I need to carry on grafting, you know. But I'll give this another swill out. It's looking okay. And I'll put it aside for the next one. So I'll give you an idea as to, let's just have a look. This is sort of like that's large-ish in the norm, but when you compare it with that one, you can understand why anything like this, I think I've got about 4 or 5 of these that size out of hundreds. And I'm going to hang on to those for myself, unless someone wants to offer me a few quid more, for a few dollars more, okay? So we'll put that one, just make sure there's, now it's, yeah, it's ready. It's ready to dry out. I'll drill through the top, right? If I want to use it as a hanging specimen, and I can actually drill through this way if I wanted to hang it up this way, right? So I can hang down a Spanish moss. But this way is ideal for tillandsias or whatever other airplants are available out there to grow in shells like this, backed up with perhaps maybe a piece of driftwood. I'll just step aside and I'll show you how I collect these pieces of wood. Excuse me one moment, I'm just going to nip around the back of the camera. There we go. Now, this, I found this a couple of weeks back, and I hope the lighting is able to show the detail on this. It's a large piece. I will cut it down and use the bottom part of it for another project, maybe as a stand or whatever. And then I will either leave it in its own state and put a light lacquer, dark, non-gloss lacquer, which will bring out a bit of tone in the wood. Or, I won't do it in this case, but I would sometimes dip this in a grey household wall emulsion, exterior emulsion, let it dry and spray it, either a bronze colour or a silver colour, and take it from there. And I've just started to work on a new idea with this chap, a locally grown gourd found just beyond those trees. And I've done one for my daughter Jessie. It's a bit smaller, and I've dipped it in the emulsion, let it dry, and I've done it like a pinkish red colour. And I'm going to write or scroll sort of little Mexican symbols on it. Then I'll lacquer it. She's got her own little musical instrument. So there you go. Okay, so there's your little rundown. These, I'll dip this in water, right? It will show up, hopefully show up exactly what lurks inside there, right? I've got to dig all that out. Incidentally, when I was doing these that are on the floor here, one of those shells had a poisonous spider in it. And I didn't notice, and I was actually just about to enter the cavity with my toothbrush, and it popped its heads out, and I flung it away, the whole shell. But I retrieved it later. So that's what I've got to watch for. So I'll give that one. That's just, I'll show you the muck that's just come out of that, right? And then I'll end the video. But I'll do the same thing very lightly with this kind of. And then this does a better job inside, right? Free dental treatment. And there you go. So I'll just put that in the bucket and finish it off later. But I'll just fold up the tripod, and just out of that one shell, right, excuse me, there's the, literally an hour and a half I found those, maybe 2 hours maximum. But that's what's just come out of that shell. The other one, the large one, was very free, so I'll get into that with the toothbrush later. But anyway, oh, incidentally, this is another one, log specimen, like similar to the ones I got around my Robinson Crusoe hut, and I'll do something like that in the near future. And if any of the locals want to come along and offer me seriously good money, I won't part with these, because I'm never going to find any more. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching. Tally ho. Bye bye.